IVM.
Close your eyes for a moment and imagine. What would you be doing today had it not been for your day-to-day responsibilities of meeting work deadlines and making sure your family is financially secured? Would you have been a footballer, kicking the ball around on those grassy grounds? Or would you have been an artist, sitting near a window overlooking the hills as you paint away? Maybe you crave to be a photographer. But here you are, framing a picture of the life you wish you had. But this can still be a reality. करो पूरे अपने इरादे, अपनों से किए सभी वादे. SBI Life अपने लिए, अपनों के लिए. To know more about our insurance plans with wealth creation, log on to www.sbilife.co.in. IRDAI registration number 111.
Hey guys, IVM is turning 7. Can you believe it? I mean, when I look back at the 200 odd episodes I've recorded with them for Say No to Drama, I can only think of all the fun moments that we've had creating this podcast together. It's definitely been an awesome journey for me with these guys. And I can't wait to see what the next 7 years bring for us. Yes, we are in the money month, and I'm talking about appraisals at work. I'm not sure if that happens in March for you guys. Sometimes it happens earlier, but also this is the month when I think some of us get our bonuses and some of us get a sense of what our new paycheck is going to look like. A lot of us are usually unhappy with our appraisal. Yes, in my experience, and which isn't very large as such, but I've met more people who are unhappy with what they have received in their hikes than those who are happy. And I always wonder why. Also, I wonder what is there to get so grumpy about it and to throw such a tantrum and to feel like, oh, I'm not good enough or I'm not valued or my company doesn't give me enough credit. And sit in a dark space for weeks on end. And then feel resentful towards your organization and lose interest in your job. I mean, what is all this drama about? Hi, I'm Chetna. I'm your favorite positive action coach. And this is Say No to Drama. And today I'm calling you out on all the drama that surrounds the word appraisals. Now, you may have a figure in your mind and you may want a certain amount of hike. Sometimes the company might give you something close to it. Sometimes the company will give you something that is way less, and sometimes they'll match it. Whatever your appraisal, things that you should take into consideration. What is the company's history? Do they really give the kind of hike that you were expecting? Secondly, what are the market conditions? Thirdly, do you know how well your company has done in this year? Like, do you know the numbers, financial numbers? And the fourth piece, you know that you can always quit and find another job, right? If you get less than what you were expecting, it becomes this whole thing about, oh, I have done so much for the company and look how they are treating me. My first question to you is, who asked you to do so much? Who told you to work overtime? Who told you to work nights? And who told you to waste your weekends on work? According to the HR policy, you've been hired to do a job and you're receiving a paycheck for that. You have not been promised a hike of a certain amount. I mean, that's subject to change and it's subject to what happens year on year. Unless there is something in your agreement, I don't know why you are sitting with those expectations. And maybe you are expecting something that is as per market standards. Fair enough. It's not that you should not expect. But if it doesn't happen, why do you behave like a jilted lover? It's a job. Who asked you to get married to your job? It's an organization. You're not the owner of this organization. And it's not a family business that you're making it the center of your life and your entire being is tied to it. That's your fault. You have 30 days leave. You have long weekends. If you don't take these, if you don't use these, then that's your fault. And no, the company is not supposed to recognize this. Those leaves are there for you to take. If you are not doing it because you've put the company and your career and your ambitions on a pedestal and said that's the most important thing, then that's the choice you're making. Why should the organization be held responsible for that? Also, maybe you did not get the kind of appraisal You want it. But then how well you have done in the organization, what you have delivered, that is something that the company is going to assess, that an organization is going to assess. And irrespective of your self-assessment, which possibly involves placing yourself on this pedestal and saying, oh, I'm the first ranker who got 99%. Maybe the organization doesn't think the same. So when you are unhappy with your appraisal, have the gumption to put down all that you brought to the table, all that you achieved in the year, all that you did for the organization beyond I spent my weekends on you and I didn't take as many leaves and I gave so much of time. No, I'm not talking about those kind of deliverables and those kind of victories and those kind of achievements. I'm talking about tangible stuff. Did you increase the organization's business? How many projects did you complete? How many pieces of your responsibilities did you excel at? Can you write those down in very tangible words, minus the emotional drama, and sit with whoever is concerned to have an honest conversation with them? You might be able to negotiate a better appraisal if you walk in there with facts. There is no need to act like a jilted lover. There is no need to act like a person who has been cheated on by their partner. There is no need to behave like your trust is broken and oh my God, this organization is so bad and how could they treat me this way? If you have failed to place boundaries in your workplace, if you have made your work the center of your life, if everything in your life is about your ambition, then your option in a place that is not willing to give you the kind of paycheck you want is to quit and find another job. So that brings me to this whole idea of finding another job. Why are you married to an organization? If you are married to it, it's obviously because they're giving you something beyond money. The place is nice, your colleagues are nice, the kind of role is nice, the job is nice. But you also have deadlines for your growth. The company doesn't have to take care of your deadlines. You definitely have to take care of the company's deadlines. It's a one-way street. You're coming in to do a job and they are paying you for it. Your individual goals are your problem. At best, the company can give you space and an environment within which you can chase those personal ambitions and personal goals. But your personal goals and ambitions are not the company's responsibility. And no, they are not supposed to share the weight of that. So if you are unhappy with your appraisal, like I said, put down a fact sheet. Write down exactly what you have accomplished. Walk up to your manager or to the HR and have an honest conversation with them. And if they are not willing to give you any more and they are not willing to change the number that they have come up with and they have 40,000 reasons for it and you are still unhappy, please find another job. There is no need to spend the coming months feeling resentful, feeling undervalued, feeling unhappy in your work. But before you do any of this, like I said, what have you accomplished for the company is question number 1. And question number 2, you need to check the timelines that you have put down for your goals. Most of us have unrealistic timelines. I'm sure that I've recorded an episode on unrealistic timelines. You should scroll down on the IVM Podcast app and website and check those out. Yes, all the previous episodes are available on the IVM Podcast website and app. You can also connect with us on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to know how you can listen to these episodes, our handle is IVM Podcast. And if you would like to talk to me about how to break free of the negative emotions that you are now spiraling down with thanks to a not so nice appraisal, you can DM me to book a session on Instagram. My handle is Positivity Angel.
Going for parties is just so frustrating these days. I mean, your mom will make it a point to come and tell you how her friend's son has secured a house for her, and your wife will also find out that her sister's husband is taking her on a foreign holiday, while you're wondering why you're the only one who doesn't have a plan for the damn future. That's why I never sleep well during the festive time. Unless www.hdfclife.com. Select. Done. You know what? I think I'll sleep rather well after all. Live calm. With HDFC Life, click to protect life. The Income Plus option offers life cover and steady income stream, so you're always ready for any expenses that life throws at you. Basically, this plan lets you plan your expenses like you plan your vacations. It's that simple. Visit hdfclife.com to know more and for terms and conditions.
Hello. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Advertising is Dead, Varun is joined by Anupam Gurani, the Chief Marketing Officer for LEAD. He breaks down the school edtech sector for us. On The Longest Constitution, Priya delves into intellectual property rights and the sexual reproductive autonomy of women. On Press Decode, Sarah Vagda and Prafulla engage in a debate on representation and discuss how we see race and religion. On Say No to Drama, Chetna slices through the drama around fights in relationships and how long they should last. Is it immoral to have feelings for someone else after you're happily married? On Hans Vani, hear the story, Tasavvur-e-Jana, about a woman's dilemma with love. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. It really helps us. Don't forget to rate us on any of the platforms that you're listening to. And also remember, you can check us out on YouTube at www.ivmpodcast.com/YouTube. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, SBI Life Insurance, Bank of Baroda, and HDFC Life Insurance. Thank you so much for making this possible.